Sup, I am Alex, or the Dragon Sage, and today I'll be talking about the D&D classes. This video is oriented towards noobs, and they're like, I wonder what class I should play. First off, we have the Barbarian. They're pretty much the ultimate tanks in D&D. They rage, they have lots of hit points, and the thing is about them is that most people play them like, I'm a Barbarian, whee! You're allowed to think if you're a Barbarian. That you can think, okay? Next off, we have the Bard, who's pretty much a musician who can cast magic and knows how to wield a sword for some reason. They have great debuff and buffing spells. They're not very on, like, casting a fireball or something. Don't try that. Don't try to make a Barbarian like a Bard like that. It's not going to work. And you can, have a little trumpet or a guitar, as you might expect. And they're really enjoyable. Make sure to use your bardic inspiration. Don't neglect that ability. And make sure your party doesn't neglect it either. And if you do those things, you'll probably enjoy it. Then we have the Blood Hunter. Pretty much these guys are fighters who know magic in a weird way. They use dark magic to kill evil stuff because they want to. If you want to defeat your enemy, you must become them. And they're not in the player's handbook, but they're invented by a guy named Matt Mercer. Mechanically, they are pretty much guys who can hurt themselves and give themselves buffs through that method. Yeah. Meanwhile, we have the clerics, the mighty priests who serve their gods righteously. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, that's probably just a healing guy. Okay, you can make them a healer, or you can make them a guy who serves the god of war and does lots of damage. You should probably also have a healing spell, just so you know. Or Zeus. Or death. Or knowledge. Or trickery. It goes on, it never ends, I swear. Then we have the druids. They know healing spells, they're guardians of nature, and pretty much they can also turn to animals, which is their signature ability. Please don't, connect them to the phrase or something and start up some sort of, flame war. Just don't. Although, overall, they're really good. I think they're actually a pretty nice class, although not very many people play them. Then we have the Fighter, the warriors of civilization, and the most versatile class in the game. They can wield practically any weapon. Now, you're probably thinking now, don't confuse them with, just a hunking knight with armor. That's kind of the paladin's job, although they can be that. They can also wield other weapons. And you're probably thinking, hey, what? I don't know, a bow? Okay, before you get really mad at me for I'm sorry if I kind of offended you. I was making a joke, okay? I'm sorry. Then we have the Monk, who pretty much are act like Sonic and don't use weapons. You can make them like Scorpion. They can use elemental powers. Sometimes you can wield weapons with them. Or you could just be like Goku or something from Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. Then we have the Paladin. Righteous warriors who deal radiant damage, heal, and smite foes. They're kind of like a cleric and a fighter combined. And they also have to obey an oath. Now, what this oath is depends on what subclass you pick. You normally should probably obey basic laws. Now, don't shove this oath down every other party member's throats. They have their own morals and stuff. Now, if they're going to, go murder that innocent little kid, you can stop them. Just don't, make them not be able to drink or something. It's D&D. You know how D&D works. Then we have the Ranger. Oh, God. Now, the thing about the Ranger is, whoever designed it, here's your, good word, mission failed, we'll get him next time. The problem with the Ranger is this. It's a fighter, a druid, and a rogue combined, but at the same time, it's really good at tracking and not getting lost. But my question is, when is your DM really going to add the mechanics that the Ranger's actually designed to counter? Now, there is a revised Ranger on Unearthed Arcana, but I feel like maybe even then, I'm not sure I'm going to rely on the Ranger. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can also wield melee weapons. You don't have to wield a bow. Then we got D&D's ultimate sneaky boy, Da Rogue. What the Rogue is pretty straightforward. It's the guy who sneaks up on you and shanks you in your sleep. I've heard they're overpowered, but really you can sometimes cast magic with them. There's not much to say here, honestly. So next we have the Sorcerer, who kind of acts like a battle mage, using a mechanic called sorcery points to buff their spells. They also can be related to like dragons or wild magic, which is just, oh god, no. And pretty much they get their powers from just being born that way, like a superhero, like, hey, you have powers now. Wait, what? Oh, and then I burnt my house down, oh god. Then we have D&D's ultimate spellcasting edgelord, the Warlock. Warlocks are pretty much are known for casting lots of cantrips. Sometimes they can wield swords or have magical books that allow them to take cantrips from any class. And they also have some other nice shenanigans, and they normally make a pact with a certain entity, like a fiend, like the Demogorgon, who you're seeing, Cthulhu. For whatever reason you would want to do that, that's a really dumb idea. Or you can make with the Fairy Queen, only for it to viciously stab you in the back and destroy your entire life. Yeah. Now we have the Wizard. I'm a what? You're a wizard, Harry. So the Wizard is like the very basic caster. They have to keep a spell book, which all their spells are in. Don't lose your spell book, kids. You can make them battle-based, or you can even have them sometimes wield a sword. You can polymorph. You can create like alarms or enchant people to do stuff for you. And they're very versatile and very fun. Well, that's pretty much it for the classes. There is the Mystic, which is completely broken. Please don't play it. Oh, God. And then we have the Artificer, who I am not really sure about yet, and I don't really know too much about yet. I might do him in a later video. The classes are pretty balanced, honestly. They also have a revised range on Unearthed Arcana, which is pretty good, but when it comes down to the classes, just pick which one sounds the best to you and go with it. Bye, see you next video.